Many of us fantasize about living life in another country. In fact, this often happens when we're on vacation and when we're relaxed and absolutely loving life. That prospect of having that vacation feeling all year round is something that appeals to all of us. And I had that experience for the first time when I was 18 years old on my first holiday without my parents in the east coast of Spain with my friends. I decided right there and then it became my goal and my dream to go and move somewhere warm and sunny. And 4 years later, I was on a plane, had booked a one-way ticket to the other side of the world, to Australia. That trip, however, marked the start of an endless search on where to move next. While I was still living in Australia, I also considered and attempted living in the US, the Maldives, and even China at some point. Even though I thought Australia had everything I dreamed of, I just couldn't make myself feel at home. And through that experience, I learned there was one question I wished I would have asked myself before I decided to move my life from the Netherlands to the other side of the world. In fact, I believe it's a question that anyone with a dream of living in another country should answer before making a move. Whenever you hear about people moving to another country unsuccessfully and moving back quite rapidly, it's simply because they haven't spent enough time answering this question. The question is, what are you wanting to leave behind? If your answer to this question contains anything external, like the weather, the environment, or even your job, it's time to look further for the actual answer. And with further, I don't mean further away, I mean closer to you. Because the actual answer will be the baggage that you're unwittingly packing for your trip and you'll be taking with you no matter where you go. If you are able to discover what this baggage is, then I promise you that you've just increased your chances of successfully creating a happy life elsewhere by tenfold. I never took the time, or better said, a time out to answer this question, until I felt myself being desperately lost more than a decade or so into my never-ending travel frenzy across the world. Whenever someone would ask me why I decided to move to the other side of the world, my answer was always the same. I wanted to get away from the cold and the rain. However, when I discovered that that was merely an excuse to justify my move to myself and to everyone else around me, my experience of living elsewhere instantly changed. I now feel happier and I do not suffer anymore from feeling a constant urge to move my life somewhere else. This doesn't mean I've stopped traveling. In fact, I don't think I ever will. However, I can enjoy my travel experiences a lot more now. This is also the reason for me sharing this. Life is already short enough, and with the valuable lessons that I have learned along my journey thus far, I can now help you to make the most out of your valuable time and the adventures that you decide to go on. Along my journey, I have witnessed many people who abandoned their emigration dream, feeling disillusioned or sometimes even traumatized, not having found whatever they were looking for elsewhere. This often means a waste of money as well as valuable time that could have been spent on another experience that would have actually given you what you were looking for. If you find what I just shared useful or applicable to you, then send me a DM. Then I will share my personal tips with you on how you can make your life abroad succeed, or make you feel more at home wherever you are right now. If you know someone who's planning to move abroad or is currently struggling living elsewhere, then make sure to tag them in this post. You will do them a great favor by doing so.